So now that we have been through the client record here, let me show you how to add a portfolio to this client. Now, when you want to create a new portfolio, you can do it in one of two ways. You could go over here to the portfolio tab and click add, and it's always going to create a portfolio record for you. Okay? Or you could go to client, and as long as you are at a child or at a lower level than the client, and you click add here, it will bring in the portfolio characteristics form. So I am going to create a new account here. We're going to call this Mars Basics 01. And I'm going to give it a portfolio ID. And you see here that it automatically links to client ID 47, which was the client that we just created. If you wanted to move a portfolio to another client, all you have to do is highlight on that particular client record, go take a look down at the bottom here and see what the client ID is. You change it right here, and it'll move to another client. We'll do that in a moment here. So we've got fields here for entering in inception dates, closing dates. There's a field if there's an internal transfer of assets, maybe from one portfolio ID to another. You could enter the originating account number that it came from. This is especially used in the demographic reporting, which we'll be going over on Thursday. And then there's a reason code for account closure, meaning did it close down because of poor performance, because the client needed money, whatever reason may be. But you've got the ability to add your own reason codes for why portfolios close. Like on the client form, here again at the portfolio level, we have got the ability to go through and define 4 benchmarks. You can also create a peer group. We can also create what's called a product code. Now, product code is one of these fields that is a little bit. It depends on how you're running your business. If you are an RIA, this would probably be. You would call this product code like this is our large cap growth product. This is our balance product. If you are a wealth manager, we'd probably want to set up your product codes like this is a hedge fund. This is a large cap growth investment strategy. This is this might be a tactical allocation type of portfolio. So normally the wealth managers are going to have more product codes than the RIAs are going to have. So this particular one I have set up here. Actually, I've got a good match of everything. So my account here, I'm going to make this a hedge fund. And then we've got a reporting currency, and then this is an actively managed account. So let's see here. Now this next section down here is performance flags, and there are several different options that we have depending on how you want this account to show up in the performance reports. The first option here will allow you to omit the portfolio from reports and also omit it from the roll-up calculation at the client level. So it's almost the same as saying, hey, I'm invisible. Okay. The next thing we could do is we could report the performance on the reports, but omit it from the roll-up calculation. Okay. Then we've got a couple of other specialty kind of fields here, which is report the holdings, the underlying holdings in this, where each holding is reported as a portfolio. This is sometimes done for commingled type of mutual fund accounts. And then finally, this grayed out one is a new bit of functionality called this is a composite group, and this box will light back up once I save the record. Over on the right-hand side over here, we've got asset allocation flags, and this basically gives us the source of the where we're going to calculate the asset allocation of this particular portfolio from. If you are an RIA, 99 times out of 100, you're just going to say calculate from holdings because we're getting it from your Advent system. If you are a wealth manager and you're potentially entering these things by hand or from other sources, we're probably going to calculate the asset allocations from something else. And the most popular choice here is associate portfolio with a fund. And so what we do is we've got a whole registry of funds in here, and we say, okay, this particular portfolio is this fund. And so then when we're creating an asset allocation report for this particular client, we go out and we take a look at the weight table on that fund to figure out what the mix of stocks and bonds, growth and value, et cetera, is. So the next tab here is one called firm-wide reporting. We're going to get into this more on Thursday, but these are the marketing classification types of codes that are used in composite management and the consultant database reporting modules. So we're going to spend a whole section on that on Thursday, so I won't get into those now. But anyhow, I'm just going to click Save here, and you see that my portfolio is now attached to this particular client. I'm going to go ahead and quickly create another account here, and I'm going to create another portfolio. So I'm going to call this one Mars Basics 02, and we'll call it Cain 02, and it is linked to client number 47. That's all great. I'm going to click Save, and you see how he's linked to this particular client. So I can, if I want to move this particular, if I want to move Cain 02 down here into Consolidated 01, you see I clicked on this client record, and you see his client ID is 1. So GID, that's at this group or relationship level. CID is client ID. So if I want to move Cain 02 into Consolidated 01, all I have to do is double click on this record, type a 1 here, click Save, and Cain 02 is now down here. Now I'm going to move him back into 47, and he's back in client 47 again. And you see I got the 47 from here. Okay? So we've seen how to add and edit portfolios and clients. I'm going to very, very quickly show you how to manually add activity. Okay, and I'm going to show you the proper way to add activity. If you are manually maintaining activity data, so I'm gonna add an opening record here for Cain 01. I'm going to go into the activity table, and I'm going to click Add. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type in my initial period. Let's make this 2010-01. Okay, now you'll notice here that I have got two screens here. One is called Detailed Activity Maintenance, and the other one is called Simple Entry. Detailed Activity Maintenance opens up all of the fields that are available to you when you are importing from a portfolio accounting system. Okay? When you are manually maintaining data, you really only need to use Simple Entry. Okay? So my first record here is in January of 2010. And let's say that I open this account on my birthday. So my opening period, so this is going to be an opening period record, and the record was opened on January 4th, which is my birthday. It had an opening market value of 0. I got a nice birthday present. I got a $500,000 birthday present, and so I'm opening an account here. And so I'm tabbing my way through these fields, and at the end of the period, so on January 31st, my account was worth $510,000. Okay? So basically, for the period, I had a simple return of 2%, and my this account was open for 0.87 or 87% of a period. I click Save. It says I'm saving this record in simplified detail. Continue. Said yes. The reason why I give that message on simplified detail is because if you import a record or if you have an imported record that you imported from Advent that has all of the detail and you go and you save it as a simplified record, it's going to go recalculate the performance of that period for you as if the deposits and the withdrawals happen on the 15th of the month, which you do not want to do. So that's just a warning to you saying that we are now doing simple performance here, meaning that we're doing a modified Dietz performance using middle of the month calculation. So any of you Advent clients out there who are getting your activity data from Advent, you do not want to go and modify one of those records using the simplified entry. If you want to modify anything, actually, if you're getting your data from Advent, you should never have to modify any of the activity records. But that's just a warning to you. So anyway, I'm going to go and I'm going to add a second period here. And you see it automatically noticed that my last entry was on simple entry, so it remembered we were doing that. It incremented the period. My opening market value is $510,000. I didn't add any money because I didn't have a birthday that month. My closing market value is $525,000. I just tab through the fields, okay? It calculates my rate of return for me, my period length of 1. I just click Save, okay? That is the proper way to add performance records. Do not just go in here, enter an ROR without tabbing through the fields. All of these fields mean something because as I go and I tab through these fields and I type in a 530. You see how it's calculating an average capital base for me. See how it's calculating a gross and net return for me. Let's say I had $1,000 in fees. Okay, so my capital base is going to be a little bit different. My return's going to be a little bit different here if I've got fees. So I go ahead and I save that. But anyway, this is how to properly maintain manual activity records. Here again, this is probably more interest for the wealth managers than the RIAs, but it's something that I thought would have or need to be covered here in the basics class. So we've had a decent tour of the client center here. Let us now talk about monthly procedures.